Hey, can you hear me okay?
Perfectly. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, I can see you, and I really appreciate you taking the time. Congratulations on your new music and your new single. I would say that is as catchy as anything you've ever put out.
Wow.
I'm,
Thank you.
can you take a compliment, or is that just starting off too strong with the compliment?
No, I like it, man. I like it. I think it's great.
Well, when you put out this single, did you know, hey, this is a hit, or did somebody from your team go, Kevin, this is a good one?
No, you know what? We've got there's three or four that are probably as catchy as that. And I wanted that one first because it is reminiscent of old Dexys. And I think that people, the whole album isn't like old Dexys. There's some quite, different things on there. But initially, probably people want you to sound how you used to sound. And then
Right.
once they're interested, you can hit them with something else.
That makes sense. Well, the video for I'm Going to Get Free, very uplifting. In fact, it's so uplifting that you have to go, Kevin has a sense of humor. Is this sarcastic to any level about how optimistic he is?
No, it's genuine. It's genuine. There's no sarcasm in there whatsoever. You said it's a hit. I mean, it's not a hit though, is it? It's not yet.
I say it's a hit because sometimes something sounds like a hit and you
Yeah.
hear it the first time and then you're singing along by the second chorus and you go, that's familiar. That's a hit, whether or not it is actually a chart hit.
Yeah, whether it gets the radio play, that's the thing.
Sure. Well, at this point in time, I mean, people are going to see Dexys live, whether or not there's a new record, in my humble opinion. Was there a need to do a new album, or did you just have enough material that you figured it was time?
No, I mean we're not playing live all the time. We haven't played live since 2013, 2014.
Really?
Yeah, we're not
Okay.
playing all the
Is
time.
that going to change anytime soon?
Yeah, we've booked a tour for September, UK, and we've announced dates as well in Europe, European tour in October, and we're looking at the US in November. And we've not been to the US since 1983. So whether it'll happen or not, I don't know. We're looking at budgets. We've got some offers, so touch wood, it'll happen.
If you come over to the States, would it be as part of a package tour or headlining?
Headlining, man. Headlining.
Okay. So
We're
when
going to be playing massive venues, but we're not doing any revival stuff. We play some of the old songs, but we're all about the new album, The Feminine Divine. And we're going to perform the whole album. The first half of the show is the new album,
Mhm.
and we're going to act it out. We perform it dramatically, I'll put it that way. And then it's an intermission. Then we play the old stuff.
Got it. When you have bands who sold millions of records and had hit songs, usually you find out over time that the hits were different in every country. For example, OMD here in the States, If You Leave was the big hit. And then overseas in other countries, it was not the hit. It was maybe the seventh biggest song. In the case of Dexys, were the singles the same all over the world?
Eileen was a big hit most places. Gino was a hit in fewer places, but a considerable amount. Yeah.
In the case of Eileen, it had quite the revitalization in the late 90s when Save Ferris covered it. Did you immediately like it when you heard the Save Ferris cover?
Did it do well, that version?
Oh yeah, Save Ferris unfortunately is pegged as a one-hit wonder in this country. Now that album sold hundreds of thousands of units, but
Right.
they toured based on the success of Come On Eileen.
They toured, yeah.
Oh, big time. You see, in the late 90s, ska was all the rage in the US. Bands like them and Real Big Fish, the Mighty Mighty Bosstones, and they were considered one of the big ska bands of the moment.
Right. I wasn't blown away by their version.
Got it. Were there other covers of Dexys over the years that you did like, though?
I don't really know any others.
That's really funny. It's interesting to hear how refreshingly honest you are, because I'm starting this off with compliments here, and I go, well, Dexys, because of winning the, best new artist and that kind of stuff, and the other awards and MTV and VH1 and all that, it's this famous name. But the band has not always been active, but you've always been active.
Yeah, not always active musically. I took quite a long time off. There's been periods where I didn't really want to do any music, but we're doing it now.
Well, active is a relative term, because for some people, it's an album a year. For other people, take the band Boston. I don't think there was an album for 7 or 8 years, and then they go on break, and then there's not an album for 10 years. But people aren't going, where are they? People go like, well, we love those first 3 albums. We'll keep listening to those albums. In your case, there isn't a week that goes by that we don't hear Eileen in some form.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Do you not know how big Come On Eileen was in the States?
Oh, I do. And I've been there, and I've been places where I've heard it. But yeah, no, I do, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for it. But the issue with, unfortunately, in the US, we're seen as a one-hit wonder, apart from people who are really, really, really interested in music and know more about us. In Europe, we're not, of course. We're a respected band here, all over Europe. But
right.
But look, it's better one than none. So
yeah, you have to go to those people and you go, how many hits do you have?
Exactly.
So yes, I'm very respectful of the legacy of you and the band. And so going back to my earlier question, when you decided to make a new album, was it that there was something to prove, or you just went, hey, I've got material, let's make an album?
It was more, I feel like doing music again, because there was a period before, like 2016, end of 2016 to 2019, I was just thinking, get me away from this. I don't want to do this. And then about early 2020 or somewhere around there, I just thought, oh, hang on, I actually feel like doing music again. Okay, what ideas have we got? And then I started looking around. Okay, we got this one, this can work. And then start working, writing new ones, and
So what's life like for you when you're not busy with music?
It's so easy to fill the day, with just basics, getting your food and go for a walk and go and have a cup of tea. It's quite a shock to the system now that I'm working so hard, I think.
Well, as somebody who tapes interviews, 5-6 days a week, people are eager to have 25 job titles, whether or not they actually act on them. They go, well, as a musician, author, entrepreneur, philanthropist, actor, producer, I ... Do you like to be thought of primarily as musician, singer?
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't bother me too much now, but I think, again, about 5 years ago, about 2017, when I wanted to get away from music, I thought, I want to do something else. And I started to talk to a couple of people, one in particular, about designing some clothes. She approached me. She had a fashion label, and she approached me about a range of clothing based on the clothes that I wear these days, the last 10, 15 years. And we started to do it, but it didn't really feel right. The chemistry wasn't really, I didn't feel it was just conducive to a good working relationship. So we quit. But and then I just thought, okay, I won't be able to do that. I talked briefly to somebody else, that didn't happen. And then I just thought, well, I've got something to say musically, I'm quite happy about it, so I feel like we've got something to say with this album, The Feminine Divine. It's, it's a statement. So, and it's different to anything we've done. So,
sure.
I'm pleased.
The I'm going to get free video we see in the cool red blazer outfit, did you design that?
I did indeed.
Okay. So there is hope for stuff that you design actually coming out eventually in some form of a fashion line.
I had no idea, but if somebody wants to put it out, I'm happy to do it. I don't want to I did consider going into that business, but it will take 5 years to kind of learn that business. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So I'd need somebody, who knows that business, and they do it for me, and I just do the designs. But if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, it's okay. You've heard the album?
Yes.
Great.
Yes. Hey, your publicist is doing a great job here in the States. Kudos to them for that. Well, two quick questions and then I'll let you roam free. And the first one is, having just finished an album, does that make you go, I want to make another one? Or does that make you go, nah, I'm good?
It did. Having just finished it, I was like, let's get some songs. What else songs have we got? Let's keep writing. And we started to write some more. But now I think with the workload that I'm under and the stress of it all, and the interviews and the tour and the budgets and the this and the musicians and,
Yeah.
I just don't feel like writing anymore now. So I'm going to wait till we've done this album and then, done this tour, all the touring this year, I think, and probably get back into writing next year, providing this does well enough to warrant another album, providing it's well received enough. Yeah, exactly. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, and fingers crossed we're seeing you here in New York in the very near future. And the last question I have for you, Kevin, is every time the wife and I say we're going to watch a TV show, we watch it in 4 or 5 days and we go, we need a new show to watch. Do you have a TV recommendation that you could pass along?
I definitely do.
Oh, please.
I mean, are you into any particular type of genre?
As dumb as it gets, as smart as it gets. Yeah,
okay. There's a brilliant TV series that was it's got 5 series, I think, 5 seasons, and it was set in Dublin, and it's called Love Stroke Hate.
I don't know that one, so
no one does. It was really popular in Ireland, massively popular. Like everybody's watching it. It's brilliantly done. It's got a great soundtrack, and it just wasn't promoted properly outside of, even here in the UK, it wasn't promoted properly. It was on really late at night on a channel that nobody watches. And then the second series was like a year after the first series, even though it had already been made and had been broadcast in Ireland. It just wasn't marketed correctly, but it's brilliant.
Okay. I'm glad to have something to look forward to on that end, not just the new Dexys album, but thank you for the many years of great art. And as I said before, looking forward to that New York gig if we can get one.
Bless you. Thanks very much, Darren.
Paltrocast.